Canada and the US have decided to extend their border closures for a further month. In a further blow to travel and tourism, the expected mutual decision to close the borders comes after the US added 80% of the world to a do not travel advisory list and a surge in infections in Canada. In this video, we discuss the US-Canada border closures and what you need to be aware of, as well as what you need to do if you are to travel. But first, we want to thank you for joining us. Find us on all the other social media channels, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click that bell to get notified when we release a new video. We also appreciate your likes and comments below, as it helps to support our channel. This video is brought to you by IAM. We believe that travel improves and inspires you and the people around you. We help you travel by providing services which overcome barriers and frameworks that simplify and enrich your experience. We just happen to be immigration lawyers. So reach out to your IAM visa coordinator when you're ready for your adventure, or already on one and would like some assistance. Canada and the United States announced the further extension of their mutual ban on non-essential land border crossings through May 21st. These restrictions were first imposed bilaterally back in March 2020 to mitigate transmission of the COVID-19 virus, and have been renewed by both nations following review on a monthly basis ever since. Canada's COVID-19 measures are now among the strictest in the world, but it has not slowed down the COVID-19 variants spreading within the country. Currently, Canada has a higher number of COVID-19 cases per capita than the United States and Mexico. Travelers bound for Canada by air will continue to have COVID-19 PCR test upon arrival, and are required to stay their first 3 nights at a designated quarantine hotel, which they pay for themselves. If their airport test results come back negative, travelers are permitted to finish out their 14-day quarantine at home, subject to increased surveillance. The Canadian government initially implemented these intensified regulations to deter would-be travelers from taking off on spring break trips, but Canada's health authorities announced that these will also be extended through May 21st. Air travelers had already been required to provide a negative COVID-19 PCR test taken within 72 hours of their arrival in Canada, to which the airport testing and hotel quarantine measures were added at the end of February. Returning residents, or persons granted exemptions for land crossings, are also required to provide proof of a negative PCR test taken within 72 hours of travel in order to enter Canada. Those who arrive without a negative test are not sent back to the US, but will be fined up to $3,000 Canadian. We are guided by science and public health data, and engaged in discussions with Canada and Mexico about easing restrictions as health conditions improve, the US Department of Homeland Security tweeted. The only measure travelers get to skip when arriving by land is the mandatory hotel quarantine. After 13 months of Canada, US land border being closed, border communities and local economies that rely on the regular cross-border traffic are suffering, prompting some US lawmakers to call for the easing of restrictions. But Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau declared last month that he did not plan on reopening land borders with the US anytime soon. Canada has seen a record number of coronavirus infections. Now may not be the best time for the US to consider lifting the land border restrictions. For this reason, the US Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has advised Americans to avoid travel to Canada, even if they are fully vaccinated, as scientific studies suggest that at least one of these variants, P1 from Brazil, is able to evade the immune response, prior strains of the virus. If the land borders were to reopen for non-essential travel, it could cause a large number of Canadians crossing the border, looking to get vaccinated in the United States. The US has one of the best vaccination rates in the world and has enough vaccine supply for everyone in the country right now that wants a shot. US CDC data shows that in several states, 30% of available vaccines have gone unused. What are your thoughts on this issue? Do you have plans to travel this summer? Talk to us in the comments section below. If you have plans to travel, check out the deals we have found in the description box below. If you need assistance with a visa to Europe, the UK, or the US, including help with securing your travel arrangements, IAM can help. For visa advice, contact your IAM visa coordinator. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell for more travel and visa updates.